Welcome back to Show Academy. Now we will explore Chapter 3, the one that talks about movement in and out of cells. This chapter is short, but don't underestimate it. It's one of the most common MCQ traps in Paper 2, especially when they throw in confusing experiments or unfamiliar diagrams. What's this chapter all about? It explains how substances move in and out of cells, and it covers 3 key processes. Number 1, diffusion. Number 2, osmosis. Number 3, active transport. You must know the definition of each one, clear examples from the human body or plant systems, and the type of membrane involved. But most importantly, what Paper 2 really loves: how to apply this knowledge to strange-looking diagrams, especially those with arrows. And here's your golden rule for this chapter: master the arrows. They tell you everything: what is moving, where it's moving, and why. So let's break it all down, crystal clear, with real exam logic, starting with diffusion. Let's start with the definition. You must be able to recall this word for word in the exam. If you want to define diffusion properly, you must know these keywords. Number 1, it is the net movement of particles from high concentration to low concentration. This is what we call down a concentration gradient. Number 2, this movement happens as a result of the random movement of particles. Number 3, diffusion does not require energy. Number 4, diffusion can happen across a membrane, and it can also happen without a membrane. Now, what particles are we talking about? Gases like oxygen and carbon dioxide, and small solutes like glucose. But never water. That's osmosis, not diffusion. Where does it happen? In the lungs, in the leaves, in the intestines, anywhere with a concentration gradient. Now let's talk about what affects the rate, whether diffusion is fast or slow. Number 1, temperature. Higher temperature, faster diffusion. Number 2, concentration gradient. The steeper the gradient, the faster the diffusion. Number 3, surface area. The larger the surface area, the faster the diffusion. Number 4, particle size. Smaller particles diffuse faster. Number 5, membrane thickness. The thinner the membrane, the faster the diffusion. Let's walk through classic MCQ examples from real exams. First one, a diagram shows a sugar solution experiment. Inside the bag, 20% sugar solution. Outside, unknown solution X. The question says, more sugar diffuses out of the bag. Think like this: where is the high concentration? Inside. So sugar moved from inside to outside. That's diffusion. Which solution allows that? Only the one with concentration less than 20%. So the answer is A. This is how you analyze Paper 2 questions in your head. And with practice, this will take just seconds. Next, red ink in a funnel. The funnel contains red ink solution. It's placed inverted in a beaker of water. After 1 hour, the water turns red. Now ask yourself, what caused the red color? Is it the water moving? Number. It's the ink particles moving out. So it's not osmosis. The answer is A. Molecules of red ink move by diffusion. Osmosis is excluded here. We're not talking about water. Final one, 2 jars stacked, brown gas at the bottom, air at the top. After 1 hour, both jars contain a mixture. Think gases are moving. So D is out. It's not osmosis. Some people might say, brown gas moved upward. That's against the gradient. Wrong. Diffusion never goes against the gradient. That's active transport. Here's what happened. Brown gas moved up from high to low concentration. Air moved down from high to low concentration. So this is diffusion in both directions. Correct answer? A again. Now remember, all these questions come back to one thing: how well you understand the definition. So you must practice after seeing this video. Hit the link in the description of collected question about this chapter and practice as much as you can. Now let's talk about osmosis, the second process in this chapter, and one of the most misunderstood. So first, what's the proper definition? Number 1. Osmosis is the net movement of water molecules. Not solutes, not sugar, not ions. Only water molecules move in osmosis. Number 2. Water moves from a high water potential to a low water potential. That simply means from where there is more water to where there is less water. Number 3. It happens through a partially permeable membrane. This membrane allows water to pass through, but it blocks bigger solute particles like sugar or salt. Number 4. Like diffusion, osmosis is passive. It doesn't need energy at all. Now let's practice how to use this definition in solving questions. In this example, they give you different setups with dialysis tubing, and they ask, in which tubes will osmosis take place? So, they're asking about osmosis, which means movement of water. What drives this movement? The water potential gradient. So, you look for setups where one side has solute and the other side has water. If both sides are solutes of the same concentration, or both are water, there's no gradient, so no osmosis. Apply this logic and you'll exclude tubes 1 and 2. The correct setups are 3 and 4, so your answer is D. Now this question is about placing a red blood cell in concentrated sugar solution. What happens to the cell? Being in a concentrated solution means the water potential outside the cell is lower than inside. So, water moves out of the cell by osmosis. The cell shrinks. It becomes crenated. Correct answer is D. Now flip the case. What if we put the red blood cell in pure water? Water will rush inside the cell by osmosis. The cell becomes swollen, and since it's an animal cell, it has no cell wall for support. So the membrane will rupture, the cell bursts. That's called lysis. Let's apply the same scenario to a plant cell. Put a plant cell in concentrated solution. Same story. Water leaves. The cell shrinks. But what if you put it in pure water, like in this question? Water enters, the cell swells, but it doesn't burst. Why? Because it's a plant cell, and the cell wall supports it. So the cell just becomes turgid, like figure A. You got it? It's a really interesting topic, and the questions repeat again and again, just in different formats. Just practice, and you'll get them all right. Now let's go to something different, active transport. Just from the name, you already get the idea. It's active. So unlike diffusion and osmosis, this one needs energy. Let's break it down, step by step. Number 1. It involves moving particles from low to high concentration. Yes, against the concentration gradient. Number 2. This process needs energy, in the form of ATP, from respiration. Number 3. This movement is helped by special carrier proteins in the cell membrane. So, to sum it up, active transport means low to high, needs energy, and requires protein carriers. Root hair cells in plants is a common example. They use active transport to absorb mineral ions from the soil. The small intestine cells. Also the uptake of glucose by the epithelial cells of kidney tubules. To hit Mark's point about active transport in exam, you only need to know that definition of active transport by its 3 items, and real examples of process use it. So that wraps up Chapter 3, Movement in and out of cells. We covered the big 3, diffusion, osmosis, and active transport. Remember, most of the MCQs you'll face aren't just asking for definitions. They're testing whether you really understand how these processes work, what moves, where it moves, and why it moves. So what should you do next? Practice. Look at different diagrams. Ask yourself, is this diffusion, osmosis, or active transport? Is there a concentration gradient? Is there a membrane involved? Is energy required? If you can answer those questions quickly and confidently, you're ready for anything Paper 2 throws your way. Now hit the practice link in the description and test what you've learned. You got this.